I can run through I can go through in a minute and get us into middle game if we want to start in middle game. We've actually never done that before, and everyone's saying sure, so let's try that. How about try to use one of my old games? Let's do one of my games. Let's go. Black is Eitan. I'm white in a Jujo tournament. Actually, this is my first game. After I started teaching Go professionally, I didn't play for 10 years. I just taught all the time. And this is my first game back. And my first was against it was 7.8 done. And I won, thank goodness. And then the next year, I played him again and beat him again. Yay! Okay. Joseki is here, and I knew it was here. But since it was my first game in 10 years, I didn't want to face this move. I thought, I'm going to go easy on myself and not face this. I thought to myself, I don't want to play this game. This is too complex for me. Yeah, white's weird, black's weird, the whole thing's weird. I didn't want to face it. So I knew it was incorrect, but I came down. Just so I didn't have to worry. Shall we start from here or a little further in? Is this good enough? Okay. So, see, this is create our own. That means you guys get to call out coordinates. Where for black? G2. Oh, 3 and 3. Okay, 16. Okay, so there's some two ways of defending black, one way of playing away. So let's just get rid of these marks, and I don't like any of them, so let's figure it out. How's black? Obviously A is the only one in question, and clearly it's weak. It's undercut, surrounded, about to be surrounded, no eyes, weak group. We're going to be defending as black. And we suggested this. That's not defense. That's playing too far away. Also, not only is the A group weak, white's group is weak also. So black wants to help the group while hurting the white group. Now he did that this way. This makes sense. Fourth line to keep the pressure up on top. Except he's too aggressive. My move becomes easy. See how easy this move is? He shouldn't let me have such an easy move while it bothers him. So he should be playing M3. Duh. I mean, it's like simple. Now, I brought many 7 and 8 dan games to Jujo because I didn't understand. I'm going, Jujo, I obviously don't know how to play Go. These moves seem so bad. I showed him the moves. He says, yeah, they're all bad. I showed him my moves. He says, yeah, yours are all better. So I said, well, how do they play so good? Just they fight well? He says, yeah, they just fight well. And then I asked him, many of you heard this story, I asked him, how come they play so bad? He says, because they don't take lessons. I thought that was hilarious. Okay. So black plays down. And now we're off my game. We're off the old game onto new ground. I have to defend my bottom stone, or at least I'm going to. I'm going to go this way. Continues to bother black while strengthening me. Black played M4 to keep pressure up in the center, but it's not that much pressure and makes it easy on white. Okay, word for black. M5. Maybe someone said P4. M5. P4. L5. So, 3 moves getting out, 1 move to pause and perhaps keep white low. Well, if this works, that's kind of nice. Flatten white as we defend. What if white ignores that? I could get in some trouble here. So that's a risk. And seeing as how white's weak in the center, we don't have to take a risk. Any defense hurts white. With A, that's a big gap. Let me mark the gap so we all see it. It's pretty obvious. Thin next to thin. That tends to be a problem. If we back it up once, it's still a little bit thin next to thin. And notice our goal is the A stone. That's our goal. Why don't we play here, which is the strongest of them and hurts white the most? See that thinking? I think that thinking is kind of cool. Another thing we could do is here. We're supposed to run before living. L5 doesn't use Q5. Correct. Good point. So there's 2 things we want to do. Help A, hurt B. Well, it's so easy to treat the A stone lightly. So easy. You can run to the corner, give me a break. The A stone's not in trouble. The B group can't treat them too lightly. So this comes first. Okay. My move is white. I'm going to get out of dodge. Clear for black. J16, you probably mean K16. R3. Also our old P4 is still there. O1605. This all seems reasonable. We aren't being given the opportunity to help our Q5. That is one thing that's missing. If it's something important, we can go do it and treat Q5 lightly. But we're not going to make a Moyo, right? Because white's already in there. This is more of a Moyo type move. If we're going to, also 4th line, maybe we can get ready to fight in the center. That's possible. Keeping a check on white's group. Yeah. This move I like too. But that is a bit local. Seems to ignore white's center group. Next question. If white starts coming up, does black have 2 weak groups? Seems that way, huh? it's starting to look like two weak groups because that black group on the bottom never had a space. So maybe it is time to get back to this. Now it's one secure group, and now we can use it to fight with easy. Just push that white group right into the black wall. Now it is gote, but it secures all of black and keeps white localized. Yeah, that seems quite nice. Okay, white is concerned. So as I'm going to defend my center group, because that's a lot of black, I'm gonna get stronger here. If my A stone, if there's not much aji there, if that's a strong black area, I'm going to play this way and give it to black because there's nothing I can do with it. If that area is useful, then I'm going to leave that open and get ready for these kind of moves and mess with black. So which is it? Is there aji, useful aji in there or not? Yeah, very useful. So I'm not going towards A. That leaves B and C. In the C direction, maybe two ways to run to the right, C and D. Okay. So not A, because we don't want black to fix. Why B? Why not C or D? Yeah, C and D, black strong there. There's nothing I can do. I'm wasting my time over there. Big strong guy, get away from it. Yeah, out to B, where there's something to do, out in the center of the board. Square for black. No one's talking. D, 14, R, 14, D, 7. 2, 8. Okay, someone said something around C, way too defensive, way too slow. Let's just do this, C. Any move around C is going to be too little. Notice D. D is fixing the gap at the mark area, making it harder for white to play there. The problem is it helps white. Makes white stronger. You don't want to help white unless you have to, and you don't have to. So D just helps white. It helps us too, but we're not in danger. White has an actually weak group. We don't have a weak group. Black can get better thickness and sente around R4. Who was that? Sharky. Good one. Black has a nice sente move. Finish the wall up. White's going to die. Okay. The next one, sente? Sure looks like it, huh? That's a nice exchange. Since we couldn't live in the corner anyway, finish the wall in sente. Now the right side's getting big. Okay. On the right, assuming the right, A, B, or C? Ryan. Why not A or B? Don't use influence for territory. Yeah. Another way to look at it is these black stones, this black wall, doesn't need any help at all. Completely self-sufficient. If white says, I'm going to attack you, we'll just laugh in his face. Right. No reason to play it at all. So play away from it. So some specialty moves might be here. That's an unusual way to approach white. Maybe if the white group in the center was closer and weak, then this would be two-pronged. Hurt the corner, hurt the center, extend from black. Three-pronged. But white's far away. So, yeah, pretty simple. Well, I can't let you have the right. So I'm going to pinch nice and high. Make sure I can have a good chance of getting out. So black is either going to play A, B, or around C. Which one and why? And why? And why? And why? Fighting. White has three weak groups. Yeah, let's fight. This would be a real... So this is the aiming deal. We have things to aim at. This way is huge mistake. All of a sudden, all of white's weaknesses have become strong territory. Horrible. Disgusting. Okay. So come out. And fight. Oh, but white will just live. Please live. If white lives, it's going to look something like, as soon as I get on the right button, it'll look something like this, right? And white's going to live in gote, right? Of course. The moment white lives, we play away. Boom. Oh. Then white's going to live there. Yeah. But then it'll look like this, and we play here. But then white will just live there. Yeah, but it'll look like this, and then it's our move again. I mean, it's this domino effect. That's we see it all the time. When white has weaknesses like that, black can start in. So white's on a real dangerous slope here. White has to be very careful. Yeah. Okay. Well, I do not want to live small on the right. So I'm going to play a breakout move. Two moves come to mind. This one, that's me breaking out, giving you something smaller on the right. Now I'm going to, let me show you. Let's say you take that area. You take it, but I've gotten something too. I've gotten nice outside. I've controlled the area and got something in exchange. Now that's just a very haphazard exchange. Millions of variations. That just paints a basic picture. Everyone gets mad at me. Oh, but you don't have to do it that way. Yeah, it's just showing a basic picture. So this is one way to break out. But notice it's one move. Now, it's a lot of blacksmiths. If I could get two moves, I'd be a lot happier. Two moves. Let me go this way. The easier way. I can do more this way. Yeah, I'm giving black something to do on top. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to get something black on top. This is the main area I'm worried about. Okay, where for black? Means we're going to go for one of these, right? A or B? Yeah, pretty much has to be A. And this is the standard Atari Connect. Now I have two choices: fight, I don't think so, or get out. Now I can fight. I have room, I have things to do, black better take. I make a quick profit and get out of dodge. Now I've given black some pretty serious thickness in Sente, but I've really squashed the whole concept. Square for black? Now black is happy he did not B8. Yeah, exactly. Nice point. Yeah, very nice. Thank you. R9. R17 or M17. Yes, must use the thickness. A is points. White's out. We can't attack white. A's for points. Or defense. Don't need either. We want to use our wall. And we're going to do it, one would think, surrounding white with C. Is there some reason to play B? B might even be a little bit difficult to live, too. I would think C, right? Surround. White's a little uncomfortable playing this way, because that gives black, once again, so much thickness. I don't like giving black that thickness. Even though I got a nice corner out of it, he can really use this thickness well. Maybe it's time to just live and not give black anything. Okay. And notice now that I'm alive, I can play these kinds of moves. Threatening to connect under. Once black's not thick, it really relieves me. But I've gone from 15 to 20 points in the corner down to 6. Yeah, complex game. Yeah. Should try sitting across the board from the 8-don. Thrilling experience, let me tell you. Okay. M17. Someone's suggesting threaten to kill. I'm not sure what that would be. J10. G17. Let's pause and point out something we point out from time to time. The worst habit of Go players. What about A? What about B? What about C? What about D? Let's try this move. It's always a coordinate. It's always a move. That's bad. Start with the idea, let the move find itself. So, it's complex. What should we do? Should we be defending the A group? Oh, how about the B stone? It's cut off. Should we be defending the B stone? No. It's got a home next to it, lots of space. No. Should we be attacking the C group? No. Tons of space, home nearby, no problem. Later on, sure, when there's more black stones in this area, but not now. Okay, so we're not going to be defending anything, and we're not going to be attacking anything. Okay. So now let's count all the big areas. I like to count them. If you don't count them, if you assume, oh, this is the biggest one, I bet you it's not. The one you didn't look at, the one that looked small, ooh, it was double sente, and it threatened, and it was the biggest. We need to count them. People start telling me the big areas. I want to mark them because I think you might not know them all. Just top, okay, area 1. Left, what does left mean? Left corner, 2. C17, okay, that's 2. D13, 3 areas. Any others? Bottom, area 4. R9, area 5. Center. No one take anything in the center. No one has any perimeters in place to start that. Upper center. That's area 1. 018. 018 is in game. That's white's area. The only question is how much of it will become white. Black cannot take that area on the upper right. Only white can. Black can reduce it, but not take it. So that's decided. That's in there. B3. Well, that could be. But we're not attacking or defending. We're only counting big areas. There's one left. And 2's not sent there. What's the last big area no one's mentioned? C6 area. Area 6. So, there's 6 areas. When we look at these, the one I find myself most interested in is area 6. That's the one I've said, it's like I've said I want that area, but I haven't taken it. See what I'm saying? I haven't said anything about area 1, and I can't take it in one move. I can develop it, but I've already spent time developing area 6, but I haven't finished it yet. So whatever I do, I'd like it to be associated with area 6. Well, that kind of brings, someone mentioned this move. This certainly starts that area. Is it Sente? If it's Gote, white can still just live here. Well, let's see. We pass. Looks alive. Not big enough in Gote. Okay. Well, we certainly don't want to do something like this. B4. Is B4 Sente? What's before Sente? Nothing. Okay, let's pass and see if this works. Looks like it works. Yeah, one eye. Looks like that works. Yeah, someone's pointing out that there might be some details. Yeah, but it's a pretty scary. So let's have white defend that. Okay, that looks pretty powerful. White doesn't want you to have big old powerful moves next. Okay, so we've supported that area, but haven't taken it yet. As I was saying before, we don't want to play a move like this. That takes it, but it's inside. I'd rather do something more exciting. C14. Can white live in here? Yeah, a lot of space. How about here? Well, are you sure it's cash? I'm not so sure it's cash. How about here? Well, yeah, but that's pretty much the same as B9. So in all of this, we're seeing the consistent thing that this area is bothersome. Okay. Well, one thing about this area, it's different than it used to be. That is to say, white's marked area used to be something to aim at. I'm starting to question if it's really something to aim at anymore. White got this new M9 stone. It's a pretty strong position, very near it. White's better. If white's stronger in this area, then strengthening white is an easier move to do. What about this move? If white ignores, ooh, that has many threats to it. Things get interesting. What about if white does this now? Well, now white is getting difficult. We're making our own game based off of old game of mine. So I'm starting to like this move. Fix, getting ready to hassle. White will probably come in this way. I'll probably kick because I'm thinking to myself, this vital point doesn't bother me. White's dead. I'm fixed enough. White's dead. So I don't care about the vital point. You always have to be careful when you kick. Leave the vital point behind. And black can continue to attack. So that looks like a very nice sequence for black. Okay. Well, our time's up. So we saw some aiming. And like people pointed out, this is a complex game, but every time we got to a complex situation, we just broke it down. Are we attacking? Are we defending? Are we playing a big move? Just decide what you're going to do. You know, what do you want to influence? Stuff like that. Okay, everybody. Thanks for coming. As always, I hope we had a good time, possibly learned something. This does bring us down to 0 in the fund. We've been hanging out there a lot this last 6-9 months, it seems. 6 months anyway. So donate if you want us to continue. And we may or may not see you next week. Alrighty. Bye, everybody.